to Business Life with Kimmi. I'm Kimmi. I speak all things business over here, and it is my honor to have you here on my channel, and hopefully I can help you with your small business and venture. Okay, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about why don't more men start businesses? Why aren't there more men entrepreneurs? Why? I want to go ahead and talk about that because this is something that's been interesting to me. I noticed that there's a lot of channels catering to women nowadays. And I'm thinking to myself, well, our men are doing businesses too. Why aren't there more? Why isn't there more information to help our men folk, right? So I want to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to talk about some of the challenges for men starting their business, and I'm also going to talk about how we can overcome those challenges so you can have your own business. Okay, so let's get right into it. So in today's market, you would think it would not be a challenge. There's so many tools and so many channels, so many books and everything. But again, like I was saying earlier, it just seems like there are not enough men entrepreneurs. It's only a select few that can kind of rise to the top. And I want you to be one of those, okay? So let's get into some reasons why men aren't doing more business. And then we're going to give you some reasons and some tips on how to go above and beyond. Okay, let's get right into it. So the first tip is fear of failure. Many men do not start businesses because they think they're taking a gamble. Their family members thinking they're taking a gamble. The odds are not in their favor. Their fear of just starting something, they get paralyzed. They get stuck in jobs that they don't like or don't even enjoy. And you know, it's perceived that if you have a job, then you have a safety net, then you're okay. You know, there's a certain security that comes with a regular paycheck. And I'll be honest, my husband recently became self-employed completely, and I was not feeling that. I wasn't afraid of him failing because we already had a business that I was running, so he was just going to start helping me with it. But I was afraid of not having a paycheck, what we call a W-2. I was terrified of that. My husband's been working for all his life, and to actually not have a full paycheck coming in on the 1st and the 15th or 15th and the 30th, that was frightening to me. So I also had that fear, and I didn't want us to fail in our lifestyle. I didn't want us to fail as adults, you know? And the same thing could be happening to you. You could be in a job that you don't like, and I'm not advising you to quit your job, but I want you just to think about the opportunities and the prospects that are available to you as a young man or as an older man, that it is possible for you to start something, okay? Another reason why men are a little bit slower to starting businesses than women are is because of lack of mentorship. When it comes to women groups and women conversation, we just always chatty catty, right? Women talk a lot, but sometimes men are a little bit more reserved. They don't tell all their business. They're not as open to reaching out for help. Sometimes there are men that will, but on the norm, most men do not do that. So that can cause a problem with you starting a business because you don't have nobody to teach you the business. You're often afraid or ashamed to say, hey man, I need some help with that. Tell me what you're doing, you know? And I can speak for my husband. I will speak for him. Sometimes I know that men feel like, well, I should know it all. If they have to ask somebody for help, it could be like, well, I should know that. But I'm here to tell you, no, you should not know that. When it comes to starting a business, no one really teaches that in school. You know, if you've not gone to college, your average family doesn't come from a business background. So no one's taught you about business. So don't be ashamed to ask for help. You want to look for like-minded people. Your mentorship may come in the form of YouTube, university. Write out what it is you need to learn. Are you needing to do some self-development? Do you need to work on patience? Do you need to work on communication? You know, what skills are you lacking or would you like to improve in order to have your own business? Because when you think about being a business owner, you are the it. And if you don't already know this, I'm going to break it down really quick. You are the owner, you are the manager, you are the receptionist, you are the if you're doing cooking, you are the cook. You know, you're doing the payroll. You are wearing all of the hats in one, so it can be overwhelming. So if you're unsure of how to even lead in a business, you can do some research on that. Google is another free way of mentorship. Just start Googling some terms. How do I run a business? How do I be the best leader? How can I be a great manager? Okay, so use these free resources. Go to the library, pull out some books. So it doesn't always have to be where you're paying for mentorship. And that's the other piece about mentorship today. Everybody throws around the word, I'll be your mentor, I'll be your life coach, I'll be your business coach. All of that can start costing a lot of money, and you just starting out, you don't have any money, but you want to start your own business. So take advantage of the free resources that I just mentioned. Another reason why men don't start their own businesses today a lot of times is societal pressure. What does that mean? As a man, you're expected to go to work 9 to 5. You can't do nothing else. You need to bring home a paycheck. And if you start doing anything that's outside of the box, it's kind of like, whoa, wait a minute, what you doing? And as I stated earlier, I had the same experience when my husband expressed to me that he wanted to be a full-time entrepreneur. My first question to him was, are you sure? You want to leave your job that you had for 22 years and do what? Even though we had already been doing our business. So it wasn't a stretch for him, but I still, as a woman, felt like, oh my God, what is he doing? You know? And I knew he could do it. It wasn't that I didn't have faith in him. I just was so accustomed to, again, societal pressure that no, he needs to go to work 9 to 5. Bring home a check on the 15th and the 30th. And it's so funny because I lost both of my parents in the last few years. And I tell you this because I asked my husband one day, if my parents were still living, do you think you would be self-employed? And my dad worked at Ford Motor Company for 40 years, okay? And he was not very quick on just leaving your job. Now, he had his own side hustle and side business, because a lot of times when you work at Ford Motor, you get laid off a lot, or they shut down for holidays and stuff like that. And we were a large family, 4 children plus the 2 of them, my parents. So we were 6. And sometimes when he got laid off, he needed something else to do. So they were entrepreneurs, both of my parents. My dad had a carpet cleaning business, and he also hauled junk sometimes. And my mom had several businesses that she did. So they were not afraid of it, but they were not leaving their full-time jobs to pursue it permanently. It was just a little side crutch. So again, when my husband decided, okay, this is what I'm getting ready to do, I had to change my mindset as a woman. And you may be experiencing that. Your wife or your girlfriend, your mom, they might be like, what, dude? What you talking about? Again, pace yourself. When you do decide to leave, and I'm not encouraging you to leave your job tomorrow, but when you do decide, just sit down and have a plan, because if you have a plan, it kind of makes it a little more palatable, a little bit easier for them to understand, hey, I'm going to go start this lawn care business and I need your support, so make sure you have a plan. But feeling not supported or judged is another reason why men are a little bit slower to start their business. But I really want to encourage you that you can start your own business and be successful. Just a couple more tips for you on starting your own business and not feeling alone. There are plenty of groups out there on Facebook that you may want to join. Again, depending on what type of business you want to start, see can you find a group that is supportive of what you're doing, right? So if you're trying to start a lawn care business, you wouldn't want to join a cooking group, okay? Join a like-minded set of people that can help coach you through it. And don't always be so quick just to ask for information. What do you bring to the table? I'm sure whatever industry you're thinking about starting or whatever business, you have something that you can share with others. A lot of times people, when they're starting a business, they will try to latch on to people who have all the information and not be willing to share anything with them. No one wants to help you like that. I'll just be frank with you. I have another business that I operate, and sometimes people just want to kind of leech on and they want to take, but they're not willing to give anything. And if you don't know anything about the business, that's different. But you can still offer something. If you're taking someone's time and they're willing to show you the ropes, so to speak, and let you tag along, buy them some breakfast, maybe buy them a coffee, just do something to show your appreciation. And that's another way to kind of scale up and kind of be around people that are willing to assist you. When I started one of my businesses, I had no information and it was a very tight-lipped industry. Nobody wanted to talk about it, right? So I just called a few random people. I looked it up in the yellow pages and I talked to a couple people. I was like, hey, so you're doing ABC. I'm really interested in that. Be honest and open if you don't know too. Because people do not like to feel like you're taking advantage of them, as I already mentioned. So just let them know, hey, I don't know anything right now, but the more I learn, I'm willing to share with you. I'm willing to support you in your business the best way I can. If they're teaching you something, be a resource for them. You be useful. You may not know what they know, but you're able to help in some kind of way, if that makes sense. So starting a business as a man today can be challenging, as we already spoke about. Society says you should have a 9-to-5. Your family says you should have a 9-to-5. People are not very supportive. You may not have the mentorship. You may not have the skill set. You may not have been taught. It sounds like all these things are against you, right? Wrong. We are going to do what I suggested earlier, and that's take the bull by the horns. Teach yourself. Self-taught people are the best, okay? You do not have to have a 4 or 5 year degree to have a business. You just need to have the knowledge of what you need to do. And sometimes, again, I believe in being self-taught. All of my businesses I self-taught the majority. Learning social media, I had to teach myself. No one taught me how to do Facebook, YouTube. I didn't pay not one penny for any of that. I self-taught. So take time instead of watching, Who's on the Island or, The Bachelor, which you guys probably ain't watching that, but motorsports, whatever it is you're doing down at the club, at the bar, put some of that on hold and learn how to get a skill, learn how to develop yourself, okay? And I ain't knocking a club if that's what you want to do, but I am being real right now. We've spent so much time, some stuff on junk, that we have no space in our head for things that's going to actually cause us to be developing ourselves, to be a better version of ourselves, to show up for our family, okay? So no preaching, no judgment, okay? But I do want you to have your own business. It's nothing like being a business owner. It comes with all kind of it comes with different feelings and emotions. Some days I feel like, dog, why I leave my job? Again, as I mentioned earlier, you play so many roles, but it's so fulfilling also to have something come in with your name on it. I know tomorrow they can't just come in and fire me. Nobody can just say you're fired. It's happening everywhere. So I can fire me by not doing a good job, But other than that, I am the it. You can be the it also. So I highly encourage you to look into becoming an entrepreneur. It really will change your life. Don't give up. You are not alone. Bye. This is Kimmi.